Before the multiverse, before Spider-Verse, before Anti-Venom, there was one moment every Spider-Man fan remembers. Peter Parker waking up, staring into the mirror, and realizing everything had changed. The glasses were gone, the skinny body was gone, and somehow, overnight, he had become something impossible. But that was only the beginning. Because across the multiverse, every Spider-Man unlocked their powers in a completely different way. Some transformations happened instantly, some had to be earned, some were triggered by devastating loss, and one evolved into something Peter Parker was never supposed to become. This is how every Spider-Man unlocked their powers, and it all started with the mutation that changed superhero movies forever. Tobey Maguire, the first cinematic Spider-Man transformation, still feels unsettling. In Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, Peter Parker is just an awkward high school kid on a class trip to Oscorp. Then it happens. A genetically altered spider drops down unnoticed and bites him. At first, it feels meaningless, just a tiny sting, nothing more. But that night, his body begins violently rewriting itself. He collapses into a fever. Sweat pours down his face, his muscles seize, his entire nervous system starts mutating in real time. And by morning, everything is different. The skinny teenager who went to sleep is gone. His body is suddenly muscular. His eyesight is perfect. His reflexes are unnaturally sharp. His strength has multiplied overnight. Then comes the realization, he sticks to walls, he accidentally fires organic webbing from his wrists. And when Flash tries humiliating him at school, Peter dodges every punch like time itself has slowed down. But unlike every Spider-Man that would follow, Tobey's Peter has no advanced suit. No AI, no guide, no high-tech support, just a confused teenager trying not to smash face first into a brick wall while figuring out what his body has become. So he learns through chaos. He climbs rooftops, misses swings, crashes hard, gets back up, and slowly learns control. That's what makes Tobey's unlock so iconic. It feels raw, messy, almost invasive. This wasn't a gradual evolution, it was a full biological rewrite, violent, immediate, irreversible, and it became the blueprint every Spider-Man after him would be measured against. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man didn't just unlock powers, he studied them. In The Amazing Spider-Man, Peter is bitten by one of Oscorp's genetically engineered spiders while investigating the mystery surrounding his father. Like Tobey, the mutation starts fast, but everything that follows feels completely different. Where Tobey reacts with confusion, Andrew reacts with curiosity. The first changes show up through reflexes. His balance becomes unnatural, his coordination sharpens, his movements become impossibly precise. Then comes the mirror scene. His body has transformed. He's stronger, leaner, sharper, and instead of panicking, he starts experimenting, testing limits, pushing boundaries, learning what his body can do, and then he does what only this version of Peter Parker would do. He engineers the rest. Mechanical web shooters, synthetic web fluid, calculated swing trajectories, precision-built technology. That's what separates Andrew from every Spider-Man before him. The spider gave him potential. His intelligence turned that potential into mastery. He didn't just become Spider-Man, he built him. And years later, when all three Spider-Men finally stood together, that difference became impossible to ignore. Tom and Andrew casually compared their web shooters like engineers comparing blueprints. Then Tobey revealed the truth. His webs weren't mechanical, they were organic, produced naturally by his body. The horrified reaction said everything.
What's that for?
It's my web fluid. It's for my web shooters. Why?
Even among Spider-Men, Tobey's mutation was still the strangest. And by the time Tom Holland arrived, Spider-Man had evolved far beyond simple mutation. Tom Holland's Spider-Man unlocked his powers like a progression system, level by level. By the time we first meet him in Civil War, Peter already has his base abilities. The spider bite happened long before Tony Stark ever entered his life. But unlike Tobey and Andrew, Tom's evolution unfolds in stages. First came instinct, wall crawling, enhanced strength, basic spider sense. Then came the Stark suit, and suddenly, Peter's evolution accelerated. Advanced combat analysis, environmental scanning, target prediction, built-in tactical support. Then came the Iron Spider suit, mechanical spider limbs, instant adaptability, enhanced battlefield awareness. But his greatest unlock had nothing to do with technology. It was the Peter Tingle. For years, Peter doubted it, ignored it, failed to trust it, until Mysterio. In that final illusion battle, Peter loses the one thing he always depended on, his sight. And for the first time, he lets pure instinct take over. He stops thinking, stops calculating, stops doubting, and finally trusts the deeper ability inside him. That moment changes everything. Tom's Spider-Man didn't unlock his powers all at once. He kept leveling up, and every stage pushed him closer to becoming the Spider-Man he was meant to be. Miles Morales. Miles Morales unlocked his powers through fear, then mastered them through belief. Into the Spider-Verse, Miles is bitten by a genetically altered spider hidden beneath Alchemax. At first, nothing changes. Then, everything does. His hands stick uncontrollably. His body stops responding normally. His emotions trigger complete instability. And then come abilities no Spider-Man had ever unlocked before. Camouflage, Venom blasts, powers entirely unique to him. But Miles can't control any of it. Every attempt ends in panic, failure, embarrassment, because his powers weren't waiting for biology. They were waiting for belief. That's what makes Miles's unlock unforgettable. It doesn't happen the moment he gets bitten. It happens when he takes the leap. When he jumps from that skyscraper and finally believes he is Spider-Man, everything aligns. His instincts synchronize. His fear disappears. His powers fully activate. That leap isn't just visual. It's the exact moment Miles truly becomes Spider-Man. Gwen Stacy, power arrived with loss. In the Spider-Verse films, Gwen is the one bitten by the radioactive spider in her universe. Her mutation happens fast. Enhanced agility, wall crawling, spider reflexes, she adapts quickly, almost naturally. But her real transformation begins with Peter Parker, her best friend, desperate to escape his own weakness, transforms himself into the Lizard. And when Gwen is forced to stop him, she doesn't realize who he is until it's too late. That changes everything. Most Spider-Men unlock their powers through discovery. Gwen unlocked hers through heartbreak. From that moment on, every swing carries guilt. Every fight carries consequence. Her powers gave her extraordinary ability, but they also came with a burden she never asked for. That's what makes Gwen different. For her, becoming Spider-Woman was never exciting. It began with grief. Spider-Man Noir. Then there's the strangest unlock of them all, Spider-Man Noir. His transformation feels less like science and more like myth. In his dark 1930s universe, Peter Parker is bitten by a spider released from a smuggled mystical artifact, and the moment it happens, everything changes. He doesn't just feel pain, he experiences a vision of a spider god choosing him to fight the corruption consuming his world. No scientific mutation, no laboratory accident, no technological explanation. Noir didn't unlock his powers through biology. He unlocked them through something supernatural, a dark blessing that transformed an ordinary man into a silent predator of the night. While every other Spider-Man was born through science, Noir was born through legend. Miguel O'Hara, forced evolution. Miguel O'Hara didn't wait for fate. He forced evolution. In Across the Spider-Verse, his transformation comes through deliberate genetic manipulation. This isn't random mutation, it's engineered evolution. His DNA is forcibly rewritten using spider genetics, and the result is terrifying. Retractable claws, enhanced vision, predatory instincts, brutal speed, monstrous physicality. Miguel doesn't move like Spider-Man. He moves like a genetically perfected hunter. That's what separates him from everyone else. Peter changed by accident. Miles changed by chance. Miguel chose transformation. He forced his body to evolve, and in doing so, became something far more dangerous than the original Spider-Man ever was. Then there's Spider-Ham. Because apparently the multiverse decided cosmic horror needed a cartoon alternative. Peter Parker wasn't a human bitten by a spider. He was a spider who got bitten by a radioactive pig. Let that sink in. His powers don't obey biology. They don't obey physics. They obey cartoon logic. He can survive explosions, ignore reality, and casually pull off things that would vaporize every other Spider-Man on this list. And somehow, that makes him terrifyingly overpowered. Because while every other Spider-Man had to evolve, Peter Parker simply exists in a universe where logic gave up. And honestly, a pig with spider powers and Looney Tunes durability might be the single most broken spider variant in the multiverse. Insomniac Peter, the final evolution. And finally, the ultimate Spider-Man power unlock, the Anti-Venom transformation. In Spider-Man 2, Peter bonds with the symbiote and becomes stronger than ever before. Faster, more aggressive, more dangerous. The suit amplifies everything, including his darkest instincts. For a while, it feels like the perfect upgrade, but it's poisoning him, corrupting him, changing who he is. When Peter finally rejects the symbiote, it should have ended there. For any other Spider-Man, it would have. But then comes Martin Lee, and through Lee's energy combined with the remnants of the symbiote bond, Peter unlocks Anti-Venom. And this changes everything. The white suit doesn't corrupt him, it evolves him. Healing abilities, symbiote purification, enhanced biological control, strength beyond anything he previously possessed. For the first time, Peter doesn't just gain new powers, he transcends the original Spider-Man blueprint entirely. This is no longer simple mutation, it is full biological evolution. And after every bite, every mutation, every painful transformation across the multiverse, this is the moment Spider-Man becomes something even greater than what that very first spider ever created.